Hello, welcome to TechSharmit. In this session, we will cover the remaining variables for the retrieve job attribute command. So let's open this program in edit mode. So as usual, firstly we are declaring three variable here, which is named as CCSID, default CCSID, and character identifier control. Okay, to know more about these variable, like what all information we will retrieve with the help of retrieve job attribute command, we will directly hit the command and we'll see the information related to the type of the variable and length of the variable. So for that you just need to write RTVJOBA, then take F4. So once you take F4, you will reach to here on this screen, and these are the variables that we have already covered in our previous session. So I'm doing page down. These are also covered in previous sessions. Now once again page down. Yeah, so today we are going to cover these three variables, which is named as CCSID, default CCSID, and character ID control. So to know more about CCSID, what we can do, we can just place our cursor here and then press F1. So once we press F1, it will give the information, like here it is mentioned, specify the name of CL variable that receives the coded character set identifier value being used. So basically it is returning the character, uh, it is returning the coded character identifier value for being used by the job. Okay, this variable must be a 5-digit decimal variable specified with no decimal position. So here you can see that it is a 5-digit decimal variable, but position value is 0. Likewise, if you want to know more about default CCSID, then press F1 here, and here it is mentioned, specifies the name of CL variable that receives the default coded character set identifier value being used for the job. Okay, so previous variable is for CCSID and this is for default CCSID. So this is the only difference between these two, and this variable is also a 5-digit decimal variable with no decimal positions. Now another one is character ID control. So here it is mentioned, specifies the name of CL variable that receives the value being used as a character identifier control for the job. This variable must be a character variable with minimum length of 10 characters. So this is quite simple. Like if you want to know more about the variable, you can directly place your cursor here and then press F1. So it will show you all the information related to the variable. And we have passed the variable here. So now it's time to declare it as it is. So for that you need to pass this exact data type and length for the variable. Name you can change. You can put anything here, but just for the simplification I keep the same name so that it will be easy to understand that we are retrieving the CCSID, default CCSID, or character identifier control. Otherwise you can keep any name, but type and length should be the same as we got in screen, command screen. Okay, so now we have declared the variable, we have executed the line. So once this line number 16 got executed, this command retrieve job attribute command is executed, we will retrieve the values in these three variables, which is CCSID, default CCSID, and character identifier control. So now we will print it. So for printing it, we are using the sndpgmsg command, and inside this, like we are not supposed to use any other data type apart from characters. So for that reason we have to convert this CCSID to character, and then it will print with the help of sndpgmsg command. Similarly, default CCSID is also a decimal variable, so I'm converting it and then I'm printing it. In case of character ID control, it is not a decimal type, that's why we are directly passing it to the sndpgmsg command. So to use sndpgmsg command, you can directly write sndpgmsg, then take F4. So once you take F4, it will take you to, just a second, place your cursor here and then press F4. So it will take you to this screen. Here you can pass the variable, and if the variable is type of decimal, then you have to convert it to character because it doesn't accept the decimal value. So fine, we declared the variable, we hit the command, and then we got the values, and then we are printing it. So let's try to compile it and see the output. Compiled successfully. Now I'm calling this. So first value it is returning is 273. So this is the CCSID. Now if I do page down, second value is also 273. It means default CCSID is also a 273. If do page down again, then it is mentioned star job CCSID. So basically the third argument that we are retrieving from this command is character ID controller is also referring to the job CCSID, because it is mentioned that it is returning the job CCSID. So this variable is also referring to asterisk job CCSID. Okay, so yeah, I hope these all three information are clear to you, like how we can utilize this RTVJOBA command to retrieve these three information, which is CCSID, DFTCCSID means default CCSID, and character ID control. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this session. In the upcoming session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching TechShare Myth.